According to the latest Don Anderson poll, the Jamaica Labour Party and the People's National Party are at dead heat. At dead heat. For how long have the People's National Party been campaigning? The People's National Party. For more than 2 years, they have been campaigning. And according to the latest Don Anderson poll, they are in a dead heat with the Jamaica Labour Party. Now everybody may be saying, hey, that's good. It shows that the People's National Party, it's gaining momentum. Ladies and gentlemen, how many seats the People's National Party have? They have 14 seats. And how many seats the Jamaica Labour Party have? 49 seats, with more seats pending. And you are rejoicing that you're in a dead heat with the Jamaica Labour Party? You should be flying past the Jamaica Labour Party at this point. You should be leaving the Jamaica Labour Party in the dust, because you have been campaigning before the Jamaica Labour Party even start campaigning. And you are saying that the People's National Party is gaining momentum. I'm saying, get rid of this delusional thinking into believing that Jamaica is a PNP country. Because that's what you tell yourselves. Jamaica is a PNP country. What I see happening, and of course, especially the young people are not blind to it, developments are happening in the country. I'm not saying everything is where we want it to be yet, but developments are taking place in the country. The crime rates are cut. The poverty rates, by, I think the last time I checked, it was at 3% poverty rate. That means we have way less persons not working than when the previous PNP administration was in power. It was very hard to get work. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we can pick and choose right now which work we want. Because right now, yesterday I passed by Mothers in Ligani. They were seeking people to hire. I passed by KFC. They were seeking people to hire. Jobs are available so much, ladies and gentlemen, that we can pick, choose, and refuse where we want to work. Under the previous PNP administration, this wasn't possible. The roads, I've seen on TikTok a couple minutes ago where a community, ladies and gentlemen, for 50 years never had road. A senior citizen was talking about it. She said when the Prime Minister came there, I think he went there to deliver one of those social houses. And the lady says her wish for that community is that they get a paved road. And ladies and gentlemen, if you ever see that road that's been under the PNP's management for 50 years, after 50 years they finally get a road, and you're saying that we should reject the Jamaica Labour Party? Why? Give me one good reason why we should reject the Jamaica Labour Party. They will tell you the Prime Minister need to have his statutory declaration certified. Ladies and gentlemen, that is out of the Prime Minister's hands. The corrupt Integrity Commission, influenced by the People's National Party, failed to certify his statutory declaration. If you notice, they're not going after any of the members of the opposition, but they are on a political witch hunt against the Prime Minister. Why? Because the Prime Minister is doing his work. He's turning the economy around for the better. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever see some of the police station here in his constituency, that's the Prime Minister's constituency, beautiful police station by Olympic Way, very nice road, hardly any potholes, and I am trying to remember if I see one pothole on Olympic Way Road going all the way to Seaward Drive. Ladies and gentlemen, the other day I was showing you some zinc fences. You know, some other lanes, ladies and gentlemen, it's very hard to recognize them, because what happened, ladies and gentlemen, is that, you know, in the city you have many lanes, and every lane who had zinc fence had their zinc fences removed. The lane on which I live had a zinc fence, some zinc fences at the entrance. If you ever see how the Prime Minister did a video on it the other day, he pulled down those zinc fences. And if you ever see how that place look nice, I'm going to do a video on it and show you later on in the day that the Prime Minister fixed up. The Prime Minister fixed up his constituency. Look at the Hagley Park Road Health Center. That's not even his jurisdiction. That was the former Peter Phillips constituency. The Hagley Park Health Center, if you ever see how beautiful it is, it have been renovated. And you're going to tell me, reject Mr. Holness at the pole. For what reason? When you look at how this man bond with people, like the other day I saw where a little child in South, I think it's in Manchester, I don't remember where in Manchester, but the Prime Minister went there 2 weeks ago, and the little child never get to see him, and the little child was crying. The Prime Minister went back there, and the little child, the twins were in his arms. He embraced them and also gave them a little token. And it was such a wonderful thing to see. A man that the people bond with deserve to serve us. He deserved to be our Prime Minister. And I'm not just talking about children. That was just one incident. I have seen where he go to communities where people were just running towards him to embrace him. Try that with Mr. Golding. You'd see his bodyguards pushing you aside. Try that with Damian Crawford. You'll see his bodyguard pushing you aside. They don't love you like that, ladies and gentlemen. They are only interested in you so that they and their friends can get in power. And look who is running to be Prime Minister. Mr. Mark Golding and Peter Bunting, his campaign manager. One of his right hand. They were business partners together. Indeed, Darren Bunting and Golding. Bunting that owned the salt factory. And Mr. Golding, who is now the People's National Party's president and leader of opposition. He and that said Peter Bunting were in business together at DB&G, who got many sweetheart deals. This is the reason why they're hitting out against the structured bus system and and a lot of things that the government is doing for the better of the people of Jamaica, because they and their friends to benefit from it. When the government put in a structured thing, no corruption can be there, because everything will be accounted for. They don't want that. They want rooms for corruption, for nepotism, and all of that, where some get, where the poor, the wealth would be transferred from the poor to the rich. Once again, vote Jamaica.